Hey everybody, I'm live. Saturday night hockey talk livecast. First livecast for Saturday night hockey talk. Welcome in everybody. We got some big news, I guess, for tonight. And not that we were all expecting it, but the big news is Caufield signs his ELC. It's 3 years. I did not get all the details. So you got to bear with me. I want to check this window and see something. It does nothing. Awesome. All right. I'm supposed to be able to put my screen up, but I think I'm still working on the free version of this new service. I'm going to be paying for it soon and signing up. So once I get that, I think I'm able to show my screen. Anyway, I was going to look and see what the money was. I didn't check that out because it just happened while me and Jeff were in the green room talking. Just before Jeff got in, that the news came down about Caufield. So kind of a bad situation for me because I'm here doing the live stream. Can't do the video. So anyway, it is what it is. I'll put a video out after. There, Jackson's got some details. Let me put that up. Hang on a sec. So Jackson's got $700K for the first year. That's a little low. I'm surprised it's that low. But, that shows you something with the salaries and the problems there. That's in case he burns his first year, I think. That it's low. He'll fit in under the cap if they bring him up, if you ask me. So, yeah. So let me just say hi to everybody. Well, let's see what we got in here. Daryl Adams put in the first comment. Thomas Barone, price is number one. Heinz, hey, Heinz, how's it going? Heinz 57's out there. And Jackson with the question. Troy Evans. Who else is in here? Okay, let me see what we got going here for questions. I'm going to be bringing in my co-host in a minute. He's not ready yet. He's going to raise his hand when he's ready. I see him laughing at it because I can see Jeff. Hey, Jack, how's it going, buddy? Let's see. Zreezy, fellow Dorval resident. Awesome. NHL Hockey News, how's it going? Hey, Petty, how's it going down there? Awesome. Let's see now. What's this say? Cole going to make Montreal win the 2021 Cup. I'm joking. I'm so hyped. Go Habs, go. Hey, listen. If you're going to count on that, probably not going to happen. But here's an interesting point. I think he had Bergevin, who's I'm talking about, had a bit of a press conference to announce something today. Anyway, after the trade for Stahl, and he said, I believe about Cole Caufield, that he will need to be evaluated before he's brought onto the team. I'm going to interpret that as saying that Cole Caufield's going to go to Laval. He'll go to Laval. He'll get evaluated down in Laval. And I think that to avoid burning his first year of his ELC, and they can do that by him not playing more than 6 games. He starts in Laval. He comes back for the last 6 games of the season, and I don't believe the playoff games burn anything off. So that may save them the year. I think that's what's going to happen. So don't expect Caufield to be in Montreal right away. It could happen, but I don't think so. So let me take that one down. Boom. I'm still getting used to this new service, the streaming service that I'm using. So you guys got to pay attention to me. I didn't look over at Jeff. Is Jeff ready in the green room? Jeff, raise your hand if you're ready. Jeff is ready. So I'm going to introduce you to my co-host. You guys are going to get your first look at my co-host on the podcast and when I do live streams whenever he's available. And that's Jeff. Jeff is going to come in right now as I click this button. Say hi, Jeff. You're on.
Hey.
That's it? Just hey?
Hey. I'm depressed. Cole Caufield signed.
He's pissed off now that Caufield signed.
I'm joking.
So there you go, everybody. There's Jeff. First, I have the unfortunate. I don't know what the word is. I wanted to make a joke that I've been having to look at Jeff's face for a while now, and now you guys get to share that with me. Aren't you guys lucky? Actually, Jeff was telling me I was expecting this ugly guy. Not an ugly guy at all.
Oh, so, I'm sexy. I'm sexy.
Hey.
Any ladies in there looking for dates tonight?
Yeah. First, you notice he looked to make sure his wife wasn't looking and watching him. Awesome. Okay. So, Jeff, Cole Caufield signed. Everybody wants to know what you think about it.
I think he's going to be on the taxi squad and practice with the team for a bit before he gets into a game.
Well, did you hear what I was saying about it, or you didn't hear it?
No,
So
I heard it. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because how are they going to evaluate? Like he said, he's going to need to be evaluated. That's from Bergevin.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to evaluate him on the taxi squad, not in games?
Well, I think at first, because he just finished a whole season of college hockey, I think what they'll do first, they'll bring him in, have him around the guys, travel with the team on the taxi squad. That way he gets to practice. And then after a few days of that, they'll probably send him down to Laval, and he'll play in games with Laval for a little bit. And then I'm guessing he'll probably get a shot within the next, I'd say, 3 weeks or so.
Well, let's see now. I got my schedule here. Let's see if we can figure out. No, I don't even know if this schedule is going to be accurate. I'm surprised. Are you surprised they haven't really released the new schedule that they're going to be using, or they're waiting to make sure Montreal is going to be back in?
Bergevin said something in his press conference that they know the details. He's not allowed to release it yet.
Okay.
But he figures one of the TV stations will leak it here within the next day or two. He was actually sounded like he was kind of surprised they hadn't leaked it yet.
So I wonder, though,
the Habs know exactly what's going on, what their schedule is going to be.
But that's precluding that they're going to be okay on Monday. Although it looks like it. Apparently, there's no new cases on the team. They've got 2 more days to go. I think if they make it to Monday, there's no cases in the morning. Then yeah, they're good to go, because the minimum for the incubation time I was reading today is like 6 days. So if it's not minimum, it usually shows up within 6 days. So after 8 days, I guess they're figuring they're very safe. So I don't know. So we'll find out.
I see our PM said he's playing. He's not going to Laval. Maybe. I don't know. Just that comment, he'll have to be evaluated. I think it's going to be pretty hard to evaluate him if he only plays like 10 minutes in an NHL game.
Here's what Hines has to say. Yeah, Veilleux is suspended, so Cole could play 5 or so games in Laval. That might make a difference, right?
Yeah.
And I really think, listen, I thought they would bring him up and he would play a few games. But, I heard, I don't remember who was that had this opinion. It makes a lot of sense to me that, yeah, he goes down and gets evaluated in Laval and then comes up. And that might even mean like give them more of a reason to have them do that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Did he play with Paling in the World Juniors last year? Did they have any ice time together?
Who's that? Sorry, I was looking at it.
Caufield and Paling. Did they have any ice time together in the World Juniors there? Not last year, but the year before?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they might try them together in Laval.
Was Paling in the World Juniors last year? I don't think so.
Not last year, the year before.
Well, I mean, not this one. The one before that, I don't think so.
Yeah, he was leading scorer.
Paling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I wouldn't know because I didn't even know that. So there you go. It shows you where I am. Hey, Huzu, welcome back, buddy. He was 10 days with Le Ferreur. That's the Val-d'Or. Am I right? Val-d'Or Ferreur of the QMJHL. Awesome. I'm just trying to go through some of these. I'm trying to get used to, learning this new software. And let's see. There's a comment right here. No, Paling played the year before Cole's first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I thought. You see. Yeah. So just in the future, don't listen to what Jeff has to say. You got to listen.
I didn't know for sure. I said I didn't. I'm old too. I forget things.
Cole gets $832,500 in the NHL, in 21-22 and 22-23. You know, I'm a little surprised. I thought Cole would have got more than that. I thought he would have got to the max.
I wore it for you, Shamir.
Evening, Shamir. See, that's what Shamir looks like when Shamir. See the picture there? When Shamir's in a suit, his hair slicked back. That's what Shamir looks like. I don't think that's Shamir.
No, that's Bond, isn't it? Isn't that one of the James Bonds?
It probably is. I know Shamir's a big Bond fan. Let me see. $92,000 signing bonus for Caufield, I guess.
Each year.
Oh, here's an interesting. Andrew is saying the Habs evaluated Romanov. He wrote it that way for two reasons, I think, because of his last name. I was mispronouncing it, and that's okay. And it is Romanov in practices during the playoffs. You think they'll do that with Cole?
Yeah, that's what I think exactly what's going to happen. Like, remember, Romanoff didn't play in the playoffs, but he was on the roster and traveled with the team, right? Like,
yeah, he wasn't allowed to play. That's right.
No.
But and interesting. Here's an interesting thing. You take his salary, right, at $700,000. Halfway through the season, it's $350,000. They have $450,000 on the to the good on the cap. So actually, they can bring him in. That's why his salary is $700,000 in the first year. How much you want to bet? That's why.
I was just going to say maybe that's why he signed it so quick. So they'd probably say, well, we're going to guarantee you're going to get in this year.
Right.
If you take less money than.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a bigger signing bonus because that doesn't count towards the cap.
Exactly. And that way they fit him in and they don't have to. And you know what else he said? He said there's no more moves coming. You know why? And I believe him. I don't believe there's a defenseman coming. And I'll tell you why. Sherratt looks like he'll be ready earlier than they thought, even in the 6 to 8 weeks. So even earlier than the 6 weeks. If that's the case, they got to keep his money. So they're really going to be cash strapped. And then he's going to be back. So I think actually they're not going to make a move.
I'm not counting it out yet.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say 100%, but and he did say, not that it means anything, but he did say they're not making any moves. But he did explain why he said there was no move coming, because if he says something, then the other GMs know, and he can't. When he's negotiating something, it screws everything up. So that's understandable. I mean, obviously, right? And he didn't say anything, anyways.
And what I said last night, I said when he said he didn't have anything in the pipeline, or he wasn't working on anything the other day, he basically said that in his press conference there today or yesterday, that well, I wasn't doing anything at that moment, right? And that's what I said. He's a very literal guy. Like he wasn't doing anything great then because he was talking to the press. Like, I think he does that on purpose, right? Like, that way he's not lying.
Maybe it's possible,
right? Like, I don't think he's deceptive. I just think he doesn't give all the information. And I mean, that's smart. Like you said, like, you don't want other GMs knowing your
cards close to the chest.
Yeah.
He's always been that way. Hines says Cole only makes roster of Lehkonen or Byron gets moved, but they do have the salary, so I don't know. I don't know if they have to make those moves before the deadline. Let's put it this way. They may be moving those guys, but I don't think they have to before the deadline because they have the cap space.
Well, Byron's on the taxi right now. So
is he?
Yes.
They moved him down to the taxi?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
That's why they're $400,000 under the cap.
No. They're 450 under the cap. They were over 700 under the cap. They're 450 because of Stahl's salary. Buffalo paid half, so they paid half of what's remaining. The Canadians were only responsible for the other half. No?
Yep. But
so
they had to move Byron to the taxi squad. He's been on the taxi squad for a few days now.
Okay, but that only gets them $10,000 a day in relief.
Yes, but they were already under the were under some already.
You know, I know that. I'm just saying, though, it doesn't build up fast, though, that way. That's the thing. They got to kind of put him down in Laval, I think, to get $1 million. No? Put him right in Laval?
I don't know. Like, I just don't see Byron getting called back up now that because Byron was playing center a few times there. Now they got Stahl, so I mean they didn't trade for Stahl because they think like maybe it's Evans. Evans is like obviously Evans is probably not going to get the ice time he was getting, but you can maybe still Stahl to the wing too, right? But it doesn't. I don't think Ducharme is as enchanted with Evans as Julian was. Well, his ice time's kind of decreased, and he's not. Really,
well, he's not rolling 4 lines like Julian was. That we knew going in that he wasn't going to. If he plays, does he only have 2 years left on his contract, even though he doesn't play the full season this year? What happens is if he plays more than 6 games, he does burn the first year. So they have to keep him from that.
That's part of the reason. That's another big reason why I don't want him playing a bunch of games this year, especially if he struggles. Like, I'd rather get another year of development and have him under control than to burn a year. Just like right now, we have the depth we don't really need.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to burn a year if they don't need to. And if they can avoid it, if they don't need to, if he comes in earlier than I think and he plays really well, they'll burn the year. If it's just so or whatever, I don't think they want to burn a year on him if they don't have to.
I don't think they will, unless he forces their hand. Like I'm pretty sure Bergeron, if he comes in, he is lights out, then they'll have no problem playing him.
Oh, yeah. If he comes in lights out, for sure. Seattle coming in 2021-22, what you feel? I think Allen is going to be traded over there. We talked about this last night in our live cast. I don't think Allen's going over there. I think they're going to make a deal and they're going to give them a draft pick or something, and they're going to tell them who to pick, basically. They're going to negotiate who they'll pick. But it won't be Allen. I don't think they want to lose Allen. Jeff, we talked about it last night. I forget exactly what you said, but hey, go ahead.
I think they're smart to keep Allen if they can, and if it means moving Mete or draft picks or something to Seattle to do it, then that's the right thing to do. I don't think you want to put Caden Primo in the pressure cooker in Montreal while we're considered somewhat of a contender.
Not yet. Not yet.
Let him play in Laval. Let him win in Laval. Let him
learn in Laval.
Let him make all the mistakes in Laval before he comes to the NHL. Goalies take a year or two longer than everyone else.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. I don't think we should rush.
And if people want to argue against it, all you have to do is look at Carter Hart. He's
exactly.
Struggling. I saw a quote from him today and about the Rangers game, and he said this is not what you want to hear from your young superstar goaltender. You don't want to hear him saying he's calling in sick the next time they have to play the Rangers. That's what he said. Like,
really?
I feel bad for the kid. Like, he's having a rough year.
Just take a second here. Hines is at it again. Turner Stevenson, thank you, buddy. Turner Stevenson's in the room. Some Hines hype and some Dono hype in the room. Love you guys. Go Habs, go. Thank you, Turner. I love that. That's awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that, buddy. Let me see. There was another one here I wanted to put out. No. Oh, well, this is interesting, actually. I kind of want to see Cole play more with KK than Suzuki. Kind of me too now. I said originally Suzuki be natural. You know what? I think KK is the guy that I don't think right away. I don't know that he goes there. I actually saw something interesting that Caufield should start on the 4th line with Stahl and Perry. And that kind of makes a little sense, actually. But, I want to see him play with KK eventually. What do you think?
I understand why people would want him to play with Stahl and Perry, but I don't know if they could keep up with him.
Well, just
let's be honest.
just to start, his first, 4 or 5 games, give him. Listen, they're both big guys. They can protect him a little bit, and man, I think I don't know. I think I'd like to see that a little bit, but I want to see him with KK. That's where I see him being.
I guess, like, I don't know, like the style of game that those guys play and what they're used to playing compared to what Caufield has done and where he's come from. Like, the game has changed a little bit from these younger players.
True.
I mean, I get what everybody's saying, and it makes total sense. Like, they're veterans, they're like both leaders, whatever, right? But
yeah,
I think putting him with KK makes more sense because Caulfield's pretty small, and I would rather see him with someone like KK and maybe Anderson or even Toffoli, because Toffoli can jump over to the left wing, right? And
Toffoli can, yeah.
And those guys they're bigger, they take up more room. KK's showing that he can play physical, and like, I don't know. I don't know if I want Suzuki and Caufield on the ice at the same time. that's
okay, but you could say the same thing for KK and Caufield, no? Couldn't you?
Well, KK's bigger, Anderson's bigger, Toffoli's bigger. Suzuki's not really that big. I'm just worried about the size aspect.
Right. Yeah, but Suzuki, though, being only 5'11", which he isn't like the tallest, but he's got a big body. I think he's like 211 now as far as his weight. So that's 5'11", 211. That's a solid hockey body.
Yeah, it is.
But
I don't know. I'd just like to see Caufield get out there with some guys that can create some space for him.
I guess they figure because Stahl and Perry, a little toughness. They're big. They can create the space for him. But you might be right that
I just don't know if they can keep up with him.
Well, Perry can't, but I don't know about Stahl. I don't think Stahl's as slow as Perry. I haven't seen him play this year, so I can't say. But
the other part is Stahl's not very good defensively. So
is he not?
No, he's kind of meh on defense. So
right. Okay. So there you go. So that would not be something that you'd want, definitely. Rick and Jeff, you guys think Habs will wait to get players in off season if Danault and Tatar don't sign with Habs?
Will they wait?
Will they wait till the off season?
Well, yeah, they'll have to. If they don't trade them, then they'll have to wait till the off season.
They'll have to, yeah. There's no choice. But what do you think? Do you think they'll move them before the off season?
I think Tatar right now, especially if Caulfield's in the fold and he's not performing and Caufield is looking halfway decent, I think you might see Tatar get traded because he hasn't really contributed a whole lot this year. He's already been in the doghouse once, and I don't see him coming back next year. So it might be smart to move on from him, see if he can even get just another grinder of some sort, another big body, or even a seventh defenseman or something for Tatar in a deadline move with another contender from the US or something. Someone that you're not going to miss Tatar, or you're going to miss him, but hopefully Caufield or somebody can eat up those minutes. And
yeah. I mean, it makes sense. With the moves they've made now with adding in Stahl, you got to think someone's got to go. So maybe it will be Tatar at the deadline. Without them taking back, like them getting some picks maybe or a prospect. You know what I mean? Not because I mean, what do you think they would get for Tatar?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I'm thinking honestly, I don't think they're going to get in this year maybe just a couple of picks.
I don't even think you get that. Like looking at what Eric Stahl got. Like
okay, Eric but Stahl, he's younger than Stahl, so
He's younger, but he's also on an expiring contract, and he's more expensive. And he's not really having that great of a season. Like, it's not like he's our leading scorer this year like he was the last couple of years, right? Like,
no. So,
I mean I want to keep Tatar.
It may pay for them to keep him if that's all they're getting back from him, right? As long as they can have the money on the cap, why not, right?
Yeah,
and especially like what are you going to get back in a draft pick? Probably this year, even next year could be. It's not that it's a bad draft, but it's a flip a coin. It's going to be hard to really judge these guys.
Oh, I think it's going to be. I think there's going to be good players found in all rounds.
Yes,
this year because
it's a coin flip. It's not.
It's a lottery, literally.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Yeah, it's like a lottery, and so yeah, getting a draft pick for this year that might not be what it would normally be. Like you get a second round pick. You might get that guy in the 5th round that you're looking for, and you might not get him in that this year because it's hard to say who moved up, who didn't. It's hard to judge that this year. Tyler's asking us, what are our thoughts on all the lines?
I gotta.
You gotta go.
No, I don't gotta go, but I gotta take a break here for a sec.
Okay, I'm
just gonna mute.
Oh yeah, just do that. Stay there and come back in and unmute. Okay, no problem. We'll watch. Are you wearing clothes, right? Okay, we're good. Okay, so I got myself into this one now. What are my thoughts on the lines? I'll tell you something. I saw that, and I'm my memory. I'm not sure who put these out, but I was a little surprised to see that they were listed as a KK's line, first line, Deneau second line, and Suzuki down to the third line. So maybe that's because Suzuki hasn't been playing great. But my thoughts on the lines are, I like KK with Toffoli and Gallagher. That really, I like that. I hope they can get back to that when Toffoli comes back, obviously. You know what? Actually, I like what Ducharme's doing in the way that he mixes and matches depending on the game, depending on certain situations. And I kind of like that. And I think Ducharme, because I've heard some talk about this, that he goes more for pairs and than three-player lines, right? So he likes to have steady two guys, and he mix and matches the third guy on the line. So I kind of like that because I think it's going to work for them, So, like, I think their lines are a little bit fluid. So they're, nothing's set in stone, and I kind of like that, considering, everything. Jeff's about to come back, I think. Well, we could all see him, so, or he's just leaving. He just left again. Way to leave me hanging there, Jeff. He can't hear me because his headphones aren't on. So I mean that's my thought. I kind of hope, as far as the defensive pairings go, I kind of think we should see them shaken up a little bit more. I don't. He didn't really shake them up that much, even after the Sherratt thing. I don't think Edmondson and Weber are the best pairing, so I hope to see that change. I guess if he brings in a defenseman, then that's when they'll do that. But I don't know. So that's my thoughts on that. I see on this how I'm streaming the chat, it scrolls just as fast as the other one. So yeah, that's nice to find. Wow, there's a lot of questions, a lot of comments. The only thing with this new way we're doing this, I can't I can't get to every single one anymore. But please just, you got to retype them and I will get to them. And unfortunately, and it's not that because I want to raise more money or anything, but unfortunately, if you do take a super chat, it shows up easier for me to see. So if it's something you really, really want to get across, I kind of suggest it. And if you do take one, you get in the contest, the draw to win that shirt where my thumb is pointing. Like I'm wearing one today. So there you go. So if you do that, and if not, just retype them, and I'll get to as many as I can. As you see, I'm showing them on the screen. No, I'm not reading that one. I got to read some to get them up there. Tatar has 20 points in 30 games. Does he have 20 points? If he has 20 points, it's not so bad. He's having a regular Tatar season, if you ask me. Let's see what this one says. From Roger, perhaps a line of for Caufield will emerge when he gets to practice with the team. Chemistry is key. Good point there, Roger. That's true. That's true. But I mean, just going into it without knowing that, I want to see him with KK. And there's only, I don't really think he's going to be on the fourth line. So there's only 3 options. So I think the best for me, I think the best matchup is KK. Will they do that right away? I don't know, but they might. They might want to put him with, it seems weird with Deneau, but they might want to put him with Deneau and Gallagher. But then it's 2 small guys, and I don't know if that's the best way to go. Hang on, let me get this one off. Andrew, it's funny because it's not Suzuki that Jeff thinks should go on the wing, but I think Jeff thinks that KK should go on the wing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to see Suzuki have to go to the wing, but they might. Maybe, Stahl might play a few games at center and have Suzuki on the wing. It might happen. Having Stahl gives you a lot of different options. So he's back. So I handled the question on the lines.
That's good.
Roger also says, I think Suzuki will emerge as a top center. Just give him some time. I agree. Let's see. Caufield is on fire. He should be on the second line. But that's a big ask for a 20-year-old coming in, don't you think?
Well, especially in the middle of a season.
Yeah, I think it's a big ask. That's why I think the option or the talk of the fourth line is kind of actually a possibility to start right away. Because,
that and the fact that, he's a rookie. He didn't get any training camp with the team. This could really mess up with the chemistry, too. Do you really want to throw him into the mix and have it screw up the chemistry of the first 2 lines?
Well, listen, I'm not saying at least a game. I could see them doing a game, and I think the other players, whoever he'd knock off that, would understand. But I don't think you throw him in first, second line and, hey, go, and you're going to save the team. I don't think that happens. I just don't.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I would. For me, Caufield on the team would be a fluid thing during games. He wouldn't have really a set line. Just kind of throw him out there on any line at any moment during the game just to see what might click, because really they're not going to have a whole lot of practice time here in the next few weeks.
No.
Right? They're going to be playing 3 and 4 games, and
they're going to be playing 3 games in 4 nights quite often, I think. And it's going to be, it already wasn't a schedule where they were going to have a lot of practice time, and now it's going to be worse.
Which is why another reason I meant to bring that up. Another reason why I thought maybe he may spend some time in the taxi squad or in Laval, because there is just not going to be a ton of practice for him to get in sync with the team, right? He's
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, he's also coming from a college game where it's system-based, right? He's got to learn a whole new system here in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, and I would think that down in Laval, they're running a very similar system. I think that's how they're working it. So it makes sense that the evaluation is going to take place in Laval, if you ask me.
And someone just said he's in mid-season form too. Yeah, he is, but he's not NHL mid-season form.
No, I think this is a big difference. Yeah, I think that we're all thinking it's an easier jump than it is, and it's not. It's really not an easy jump. Not a lot of guys can do it, And I think he can. But even with saying that, I still think Caufield be well served with some time in Laval. You know?
Well, I mean, like most rookies get the chance to have a training camp and whatever, right? Like,
yeah,
they don't get thrown into the middle of a season where almost every point matters, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
This is
playoff race.
This is gut check time for the Habs, right?
You know, and I'd even say this: if he was a 6'2" player, you know, I would say, okay, bring him up, but his size has to come into play here, I think. So that's what I think.
I'm not so much worried about his size on that front. It's a big jump from college to the pros, and I have a feeling they'll work him in slowly, and we'll have a pretty good idea of what he's capable of for this season and this playoff run. I expect way more from him next year after a full training camp. And
yeah, you have to. I think anyway. He's going to get hella pressure. I don't know about letting him in now. Yeah, no, that's it. Exactly.
That's the other thing, right? Like,
there's a lot of pressure on him. You know what, though? I want to say, I didn't mean to put that one up, but that's okay. I want to say I think this is a kid who can handle the pressure. So I think he can, but I still doesn't mean that he's not a savior going to come in here and be the end all and be all. And at 20 years old, I just don't see it.
But he very well could be too. He could come in and pot a hat trick in his first game and then just take right off, right? Like, anything's possible.
Yeah. Here's a you're gonna like that one.
I said that a while ago. Yeah.
I told it while you were gone. I told everybody that's what you said. Because there was a question about, I think, moving Suzuki to the wing. I said, yeah, Jeff thinks KK should go to the wing, and that he's agreeing with you.
But at the same time, like, if we start moving these guys around, we're getting back into that Galchenyuk, Drouin, that whole Endomi thing, right? Like, where we can't let guys develop, blah, 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 right? But
right.
I get it, but when I said that a few weeks ago, it was when KK was struggling and he wasn't scoring, and I was like, well, just kind of let him relax a little bit, I think. But then they fired the coach and things changed. So yeah, like, I just felt like KK was feeling the pressure of the defensive end of the game, and that's why he wasn't opening up offensively.
I don't know. He could be here's one. You never know, but to count on that, you can't. You just can't.
It's very well possible. I hope he is. I hope I'm completely wrong about everything I've said about him.
No, of course, I'm sure you are. And listen, you know, I think he's going to be good. I just don't think he's going to be, you know, if you're looking for him to come in here and be the big difference and all that, that's going to be Caufield in a few years. That's what I expect from him. But I certainly don't expect it straight up.
I don't expect it in the middle of a season, but stranger things have happened. That's my big thing for this year. Like, I want to see him have a training camp and everything. Like, you look at how much Lafreniere has struggled this year. You look at Kako last year, Jack Hughes last year, right? Like,
yeah,
like, these are all his peers, and they've all struggled.
Well, no, this is it exactly. So, and it still doesn't mean he can't do it, but it's, again, you know, and I'm sure, listen, the Habs are not stupid. They know this, and I don't think they're going to do it.
We're just a couple knuckleheads I'm sitting in my basement watching a Leaf game, and because it is what it is tonight. But
some Paul Byron hype in the room. Some Dono hype too. So that's fine. I'm going to assume this is we know who it, yeah, it's Hines. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I like that. That's
You're the
good.
best taxi squad player going, Paul.
Just want to say thanks, everyone. Support for everyone's support. Peace. Awesome. Oh, that. Don't know hype. Oh, God, that's funny. KK's been great in the circle since coaching change. I agree. I don't expect it either from Caufield, but you never know. It's worth a try. KK has been better in the. KK's almost got it down in the. It's Suzuki now that's struggling in the circle.
I'm not face-offs have been a big thing for me all year, but I want to see KK scoring goals. Like, come on, that's been one of the big problems here the last little bit has been inconsistent goal scoring.
Yeah, well, that's hopefully what Caufield can bring. No, some consistent, some power play scoring. Power play. Got to figure he'll be on the power play if he gets here.
I don't know.
Price is number one. I know you were joking. I thought it was funny. That's why I put that up there. I thought it was funny. I just wanted everybody else to see it. Hey,
I didn't see it. What did he say? Oh, rehire Claude.
Yeah, rehire Claude. So yeah, it was funny. What do you guys think about Drouin's performance and playmaking this season?
I think Drouin is having a half decent year. I want to see him shooting the puck more. I want to see him scoring more goals, but his playmaking has been top notch, especially since Ducharme has taken over. We talked about this on the podcast. We did. If anybody wants to go back and look at our last podcast, or listen to it, I guess you can't watch them yet. We gave each player grades and stuff, and
half the team.
What letter did we get to?
K. We got right up to Kulak.
Okay, so if you want to hear in depth, you can hear it there. But yeah, like I'm not disappointed with Drouin this year. I just know like the first 15 games of the year he had 15 shots, but he has super increased his shot totals in the last month and a half. So that's good to see. I think when at the time of the podcast when we looked it up, he was like at 55 shots or something like that, or very close to that. He was at over 50 anyway.
Yeah,
shots.
I think that's what you were saying, that he had something like that. For me, yeah, I mean, everyone knows I kind of bashed him a little bit last year and all that. Yeah, I think he's doing really great. I mean, he's a playmaker. It's obviously he's not a goal scorer per se, but can he score more goals than he's got? Yeah, I think so. But I mean, the points are there. The work ethic is there right now. He's doing everything he needs to do to be a complete player, or at least on the road to it now, legitimately. So I'm pleased with Drouin. Yeah.
If I look really depressed all of a sudden, the Leafs were losing 3-1 and they just won 4-3 in overtime.
Oh well, they're the comeback team now. Hang on, I'm gonna find some more comments because I don't know what to. That just put me. I was hoping they're gonna lose that.
Oh, they won.
Damn it, Leafs win.
Oh, it went in off the. I think it went in off the Edmonton defenseman in front of the net. Oh, it hit two Edmonton defensemen and deflected in. That's awesome.
Here's all right, we got Scott Gomez. Some Scott Gomez hype and some Dono hype. Hey guys, lay off the Gomez crap, by the way. Scott Gomez in the room. Where's Jordan? Where's Jordan when you need him?
Hey, it wasn't us.
We got the NHL, the former NHL players. Well, I guess Byron's current. So the NHL players in the room tonight. I see we got 31 people in the room. If you're here and you haven't given a thumbs up, because I can't see that stuff, the thumbs up. Please give a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Ring the notifications bell. That'll get you more shows like this and all kinds of other good stuff.
Just 1 sec. I gotta do something here for Shamir.
What is Shamir? What are you doing to the show? Let's see. We're gonna find out because we're gonna put that up there. Hey Jeff, since you had the Packers blanket on your chair last night, I was gonna mention that if you took the hat and glasses off,
There you go,
would totally
Shamir.
look like Brett Favre.
I can't hear though, Rick.
He doesn't look like Brett Favre. Well, anyways, maybe I'm not a judge of that, but you look different completely without the glasses. You can't hear us though. Everybody,
I can't hear you guys.
Jeff can't hear. If you have anything nasty to say, now's the time to say the nasty stuff. Awesome. Yeah, you look quite different without those glasses. Hey, Ray Buckle. Someone get Pricer in the house. Here comes Price next.
Where did I put my glasses? I don't know where I put my glasses.
and now you can't find them.
Nope. Oh, well. I don't need them. No, I can't read this chat now.
You had them right with it. What do you mean? How could they be anywhere?
I don't know where I've set them.
Hopefully you're not sitting on them. Ryan McDonough would be here, but he has a life. Isn't he still playing anyway? McDonough, he's still playing. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. There, he found his glasses. He can see again. Let's see. Did you guys hear about the Price contract dump? And what do you guys think should be happening regarding it? Getting rid of him mainly for his contract and playing Allen and Primo? No, I have not heard. I mean, we've heard about trade, people wanting Price traded. But again, you see, if you do that, then Primo's got to come in too early. It's not a good idea. So, no, but I haven't heard. Is there something that's out recently? I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't know. I don't know. I never heard anything about it other than everything else that's ever been said.
So if you got more details, you got to hit us up with those details.
Yeah, put them in the chat.
Hey, Luke, yeah, we've been talking about that already, about the Caufield signing. Okay, Jeff, you play goalie like a girl.
I wish I was as good as my daughter.
Hey, there you go. That's hence the name. Well, okay. This wasn't the one I'm not sure what he saw though. I didn't mean to click on that one. Sorry, Canadian Elite. I wanted to click here. Ray Buckle, 2 for 2 predicting stuff for the Habs on my streams. Awesome. Predict something really good. I predicted Stahl coming to the Habs, and Jeff did too. And everyone in here said it was dumb. Not Jeff. And I said Petrie would be close to Norris caliber. Awesome, man. Predicting a Stanley Cup? What are you predicting?
I'd like to add, I also predicted Tyler Toffoli.
Did you predict or hope and prayed for? And
I hoped and prayed enough.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, if I said it enough, it would come true.
And there you go, right? Hey, the greatest. Who's the greatest, though? Shout out to Andrew K. Hey, some words gone.
Is that Theodore?
The greatest hype. Some greatest hype. There you go. Greatest hype.
I think
some
that's
Dono
Theodore.
Hype. Is that Theodore?
I can't tell.
It's
so small.
Look like Theodore to me. Doesn't look like Theodore to me. So thanks. Hey, who's the greatest? I'm not sure who the greatest is, but thank you. We got another one. Wow. Roger, thank you so much, buddy. Some Roger hype and some Bordono hype. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And don't worry, you're all going on the list. I get it in my analytics, so I just go back and I look and I write everybody down. And we're going to do that draw. Where are we now? Early in April, anyway. I'm not sure. I didn't pick a day yet. So thank you, Roger, and thank you to Greatest. It's me, Carrie.
Oh, is it Carrie?
That's Price. Oh, now that you say it, I can sort of see it, but that hat really kind of throws it off, no?
The only reason I thought I knew it was a goalie is I could tell by the chest protector collar.
Yeah, me too. I figured it was a goalie too.
But the patch on there, I was like, that looks like one of the older patches from one of the Heritage games or something. And I wasn't sure if it was Price or Theodore.
Yeah, that's Price. Hey, so we have Price in the room. We got what a live cast we got going on. And Shamir had it. Shamir guessed it. He said Price. Shamir knows everything these days. Another one. Andrew. Some Andrew hype and some Dono hype. That's a super sticker. Or you wrote super sticker. That's weird. Where's the sticker? It's true. There should be a sticker there.
Maybe they don't show in the.
They do. In here. They should.
Let me look over here on YouTube.
Maybe they don't show here.
Yeah, they show. It's showing up in the chat in YouTube.
Oh, it doesn't. The super sticker doesn't show up here. Okay, for us. Awesome. It says keep it up. Mm-hmm. Keep it up. Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Really appreciate that.
Well, we were talking about erections last night. Is that what he means?
Okay. Well, tonight Jeff got the laugh. That's a good one, Jeff. I like that. There you go. I don't know. Andrew's gonna have to answer that. I don't know.
What is it with Carey Price? And now every time when you end up talking about erections, I don't know. I said resurrection, but I don't know. You and Shamir went to the gutter on that one.
Yeah, my brain. Will Cole wear 13, or is that being retired for Domi? No. Listen, I'm wearing 13.
I think it said in the news release what his number was going to be.
Did it? I did not hear.
I think it did.
We're going to find out.
Maybe no. I'm thinking of the Stalls. I think it was
Stalls 21.
Release. Yeah,
21 for Stall because 12 is retired. He can't have 12.
Yeah, it was Stall.
The link is in the chat for the Price contract dump. Okay, when I do a replay on it, I will.
I think that's just Stu Cowan and them guys talking about it, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's on, what is it called? That show?
Inside Out.
Habs Inside Out. Probably Stu Cowan.
Shamir.
I'm gonna look for it. Hang on. What did Shamir say? Lucas hype. Wait. James Bond getting excited. There was one I was looking at. No, I didn't do that. Here. Do you think the Sabres this year are the best? Is that what you're trying to say? I do think the Sabres are going to set a new record for consecutive losses. What do you think, Jeff? Do you think they'll set the record? 18's the record.
Oh, I hope they don't.
I don't know if they're at 17 now. I think they're at 17 now. But if not, they're at 16.
I hope they don't. I really do. I mean, because those Pittsburgh teams back then, I think it was Pittsburgh that has the record. Those teams were pretty bad. So, and they were like legit tanking when they got those.
I thought of the Ottawa Senators in their first season.
Well, maybe it is Ottawa. I think it's Pittsburgh.
No, you could be right. That's the team I thought of in my head was Ottawa. Let's see what this says. Hey, Rick and well, you can say Jeff. Just that it's his official handle, so he doesn't want me to. Jeff has only one name. Jeff is one of those, like Cher and Rhiannon. Is that Rihanna? Rihanna. That's just Jeff. So I put goalie girls rule. I hope you've been staying safe. We have been. I have been. I can't speak for Jeff, but I have as best I can. What would your offensive pairings on each of the four lines be? When you say pairings, you mean because what I was saying earlier about Ducharme, because Ducharme apparently he prefers pairs and they mix and match one of the wingers online. So he likes two guys always being together and then mixing and matching. So I guess that's what he's talking about because I mentioned that earlier. So what do you think? Who do you think works best together?
I like Suzuki and Anderson together. I also like. I think Toffoli and KK should be playing together, but where Toffoli is, he can play left or right wing. I prefer him playing right, but for him to play with KK, he almost has to play on the left. So,
oh, you were right now, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there could be some moves. Could be some moves to make it that boom. They bring in Caufield, then although Caufield's the right side, so that's true. Yeah.
I know everybody likes the line of Danault and Gallagher and Tatar, but I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Like I think that ship has kind of sailed. Like the only one that's really doing anything on that line is Gallagher, and in spite of the other two, really. And
well, Danault's since he's got his first goal, he's been playing better.
Oh yeah, but Danault's not a. I'm not going to shit on Danault for only had. Well, I mean, he probably should have had a goal in it the last year, but
yeah, well,
I'm not expecting him to be a big offensive force out there. Like, I think anything you really got from him goal wise, other than assists, was a bonus. Like, if he was as good as Darnay was, that was all I really hoped for him, like offensively, because he's so good at other parts of the game.
And they don't need him at that anymore. That's not a role they need him to really play. So,
well, but they do need. We're struggling to score goals, so I don't care where we get the goals from.
No, I get that, but I mean, in general, they shouldn't really need Danault to be that number one center anymore.
No,
I guess in a perfect world, right? I guess in a perfect world.
In your opinion, who is the number one center right now? Is it KK, Suzuki, or Danault?
Well, if you go how they're lining them up, it's KK.
I think it's KK too.
So, yeah, I think just because right up until recently, it's been Danault on the list when they put out their lineup, right? Mm-hmm. From the Habs, right? So Danault's been traditionally there, but then it was Suzuki, and Danault was dropped to the second. But since Ducharme, KK's been elevated to that first line. I think not right away, but not too long after. So I guess
I think he's basically riding the hot hand. Whoever's playing well
could be, but I know that it's KK's line that's been listed there lately. So, you done with your offensive pairings? Who do you think goes? Wait, you got? Who do you think's on the fourth line?
Leave the fourth line the way it is. I like it with Perry and Stahl. Well, it's going to be Stahl, I'm hoping now.
Well, okay, because that's Byron. I stopped only because you can't leave it like it is. Stahl just got here. Stahl's going to go there.
A few months, like a month ago, I would have really liked to see Jake Evans at center on the third line and KK on the wing. But now that we have Stahl, I don't think you can really do that. I think Jake Evans is going to end up being on the taxi squad more than he's actually in games now. So,
okay, well, let me ask you: if Byron is on the taxi squad, then it's not Lekkonen's not playing. Oh well, wait a second. Stahl can play center. Duh, Rick, brain fart. Yeah. But I don't know. You don't think possibly it's still Evans at center with Stahl and Perry on his wings?
Maybe. I
can see that.
Actually, I think I'd like that more than having Byron. I don't know. I would like to see Lekkonen get back in there. I think he's a useful player, especially if someone goes down with an injury during the game. Like that's what's good about having Byron and Lekkonen is because they can usually jump into any line and it doesn't really hurt that line speed wise or defensively wise. Where if you got to throw Perry up onto the top line, it may screw things up a little bit.
Well, he can't keep up with those guys. Jeez, imagine Anderson and Perry on the wings. It's like they'll have to wait. They'll be there stick handling. Come on, man, show up.
Yeah.
Looking at their watches.
Vital Air is going to have a new sponsorship for the team. Oxygen on the bench.
Yeah, really, eh? You never know. I don't know. It's going to be funny. But no, you know what? I think it makes sense to have Stahl on the wing on the fourth line and maybe even coming in, starting out faceoffs if he's doing better than Evans. But Evans actually, his numbers for faceoffs have been good lately. So I don't know. If Evans gets thrown out, you got Stahl. That's not a bad thing. I mean, you could say vice versa too, but so I don't know. It's a way to keep Evans in the lineup anyway.
I see somebody here saying,
I'm
Gallagher and Caufield on the same line.
No, two small guys.
Maybe if you've got KK playing center or Stahl playing center, man, that'd be a pretty small line.
No, it's too small. I wouldn't do that. No, they'll get pushed around too easily.
I think Caufield is pretty much going to have Anderson on his wing.
Here, Brian Cabral Souza says Caufield go to Laval. It's confirmed. I don't know where it's been confirmed, but Brian, let us know if you can where it's been confirmed. But he says that's confirmed. I think that's where he's going. I really do. I think it makes sense. He's evaluated down there. So
also, I mean, we have to take this into consideration too.
What's that?
He's got to travel here in quarantine, right? If there's any chance of him catching COVID in his travel from Wisconsin to Montreal, they would much rather the Laval team having to shut down again or for a period of time than the Habs having to shut down again. Because if the Habs shut down again, it pretty much screws the North Division and trying to get the.
I think we all forgot that Caufield's got a quarantine as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I wonder, does he have the 14 or the 7-day? I guess it's the 7-day, right?
7-day, from what I understand.
Yeah. This is the comment. Gallagher and Caufield on the same line would be sick. But you know what? I say sick in the other way, that they might be in the hospital. Too small. Listen, too small. I wouldn't put two small guys together like that.
I mean, Gallagher's been playing with small guys his whole career pretty much because Montreal hasn't had any size until this year. So
yeah, but so why do it on purpose though when you have a choice, Here, Alexander Sear says lines will change constantly day to day with a condensed schedule. Well, it's something that I said that I think Ducharme does do that. And and that's one thing I like about Ducharme is that he's not tied down to specific combinations, and he'll do what he needs to, what he thinks will win, and I like that.
Pierre LeBrun is reporting Cole Caufield will start in the AHL with Laval.
There you go.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, I missed this. Well, maybe I didn't get there. Hang on. Someone texted me to say I missed the super chat. I don't want to say who because I don't want to text. There I am. There it is. Bergie. Some Bergie hype in the room. Hey guys, I got one more trick up my sleeve.
I hope so.
I don't think so. Thank you, Mark Bergevin. We appreciate it. Nice to see all these NHL guys in the room tonight. Yes. So that's awesome. Awesome.
And Habs tonight thought they were the only ones that can get
can get what?
Can get NHL talent.
Hey, there you go. Right. They got Don Cherry on tonight, which is fine for me. I don't mind Don Cherry, but I wasn't happy with Brandon Prust.
Well, they're having someone else on too. I saw. Oh, they had Thomas Plekanec on.
Yeah, that was yeah, they did that too. Yeah, but I didn't want to be part of the Brandon Prust stuff. I follow him on Twitter. He's a maniac. Does anybody out there follow Brandon Prust on Twitter?
I stay off Twitter.
He says he's not left, he's not right. All he does is he says whatever's on his mind. And he thinks that's an excuse to be able to insult people and bully people and say really bad things.
I mean, I agree with him on that fact, but I don't agree with bullying people.
Yeah, he tries to intimidate people online, calling them names, being nasty to them. I didn't want anything to do with that. What do you guys? You got anybody out there follow Presty? I won't see because I'm scrolled up. How would I see anybody's freaking answer? Because I'm an idiot. Well, see, Habs fan Go Price Go says, yes, I love Bruce, whatever his name is. Doesn't surprise me. I want to say, I wonder why I want to say that. Let's see what this say. Hey, this is interesting. Just heard the words Don Cherry. Oh, and puked all over myself. Well, no, listen, I'm not going to cancel out Don Cherry. No, I don't think that's right. A guy like Prust, I would have to say I'm okay with that. Not for Don Cherry. No. No, I think Don Cherry's okay where he is now. I mean, what's Don Cherry? It's an old guy. What he said something. He's an old man. Come on. Anyways, I have a video out there. People know how I feel.
I'm not commenting. I don't want to go down that road tonight.
No, I don't want to go down. But I mean, we feel pretty much the same way, I think, right, about that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But the other guy, different story for me.
I don't know Brandon Press. I don't follow him at all.
Yeah. Hey, Hines, you missed Bergevin, man. You missed Bergevin. Hamburger Man. Caufield, Paling, Mishak, Ilonen would be a good number one line in Laval. Yeah, Ilonen looks really good right now. I know you're not following anything down there, but I just from Twitter I was reading and saw some highlights. Ilonen they've got some really good prospects. I gotta say.
I wish I could watch the AHL games. I just don't know how. There's no real way to.
Well, on Twitter, people put up highlights, and I see that stuff.
I got a cat deciding to knock stuff over.
Sounds like a cat accident to me.
Yeah. It's that time of night. They sleep all day. Now they're going to be up all night knocking stuff off of shelves. And
hi, ASE. Let me just. I'm trying to go through these. Caufield actually confirmed by who was it? You saw LeBrun?
LeBron, yeah.
Yeah, Pierre LeBrun's putting that out there. I gotta say that's as confirmed as I need.
Yeah.
I don't think he puts that out. LeBrun doesn't do that. If he's putting something out, he's confident that that's what it is. So yeah, Cole Caufield will be going to Laval. Good decision. It's the good.
I think so.
It's the right way to do it.
Even just to let him get his bearings about him a little bit too, right? Like,
oh yeah, I think couple. I think that's where he's going to get evaluated. GM Mark trade possibly for Dunn if you can't get Ekholm. I don't think they're going to get either at this point.
I think they need a defenseman. I don't know who it'll be, but I have a feeling there's a defenseman coming.
Say they do go out and they get either one of those two guys, right? Because it could be either one, right? What do they do when Sherrod comes back?
What do you mean? What do they do?
Well, who sits?
Kulak.
I guess it would have to be Kulak. So maybe they trade Kulak in the deal.
Maybe let Weber have some time off.
I could see Kulak for Dunn straight up because they make the same salary.
Yeah. Is Dunn a huge upgrade over Kulak, though? I don't think he is he?
I don't know. I know he's pretty good. I don't know. I think he might be. But I mean, if not, then it's not worth it, obviously.
I mean, Ekholm is an upgrade over pretty much everybody on the left side. So, Sean Avery.
Yeah.
I think he's a little retired.
He's retired.
I won't say the other word that I almost said.
Well, that's why I said it. That's why I said it the way I said it, like Borat from the Borat movie. He's retired.
Good save, Jeff. Good save.
Yeah. why are we getting Rob hyped? Did I miss? Hey, Rob Fry, another super sticker. What does it say?
Let me go over to YouTube.
What super sticker is it?
Oh, it's a cat. And my cat is Black Rob, yes.
Black Cat. Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob. Rob hype in the room and some more Dono hype. Awesome.
We have a shelf at the top of our basement stairs that we set the recycling on, and she's knocking everything off of it up there.
Oh, yeah. I got 2 cats. I got 2 cats. I know what that's like. Believe me. Done for Mete and a pick is what I do. Yeah, I don't know, but it wouldn't clear enough cap room is a problem. Dunn makes 1.85, I think, which is basically, I think it's exactly what Kulak makes, and he's an RFA at the end of the season. Done. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if Mete's enough because Mete makes 735, so yeah, you're not clearing enough cap room. I don't think. But interesting.
I mean, I don't know. It's not awful. It's the cap situation that's the problem. I don't see a huge problem with that trade.
No, it's just if they can make it work money wise, I don't see a problem with it either. As far as the 2 guys changing spots, no, but it's a money thing.
Yeah, I agree, Bob Cannon. I'm just reading his comment there.
Oh, you're going ahead of me. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here's an interesting. Oh, Newfie Joe, how's it going, bye? Hey, Newfie Joe, thanks for coming in, buddy. Gotta love if anyone can, if you have the sense of humor, I guess I should say this before I say what I'm going to say. When I was growing up, calling someone a Newfie in my neck of the woods wasn't a nice thing. But so I just find it, I think it's great when you guys have the sense of humor. I don't know. I find it amazing. I don't know, because like I said, it was not a nice thing when I was young and we said that. So I apologize for kind of like as reparations for all the times as a kid I said it, not knowing better. And why? Okay, Ekholm for Byron, salary dump, Paling and a first. Byron Paling and a first.
But isn't Nashville trading them because they need to get rid of the salary? So that doesn't really make sense.
100%. That's right. And besides, I think Nashville's ask is already well known, and it's a first, a second, and a prospect from what I've been reading. So no, Byron, Paling, and a first. The Paling and a first could work, but you got to add a second to that and take the Byron out of that. So it doesn't help you as far as bringing him in because now you still have to move some salary.
I think if you change Byron to Lehkonen, you might have a better chance of getting that done.
That's interesting. But I think they're pretty clear, though, that they want a first, a second, and a prospect. So I don't know that Lehkonen gets that done.
You don't always get what you want, though.
No, this is true. But, I mean, there's also other teams to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin, our day. My day's been going pretty good. My day's
didn't do anything all day.
Here we go. Got to have one of these. Got to have one of these, right?
For what?
Yeah, what do you do now?
This is the one year I can say they shouldn't fire him. Well, I still say if they don't make the playoffs or if they lose in the first round of the Leafs, he's done. I don't think. Not that I want him to be fired. I just don't think he could survive losing to the Leafs.
Yeah, so maybe that means there's a move. Here's we could technically do a 3-way deal, possibly. Lehkonen to, let's say, Detroit. Detroit sends a pick to St. Louis, and we trade Mete to St. Louis, and we get done.
Yeah.
That kind of works.
That's a lot of moving parts, though.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It is moving parts, but I mean, it would work.
But yeah, it would work. Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, listen, we don't know what he's working on. He could be working on something like that.
I just don't see him. Well, yeah, I think so. I don't think he's coming either. To be honest with you, I think he's the right guy to go after. I don't know. Like, I wish we could get him, but
Yeah, I don't think we're getting him.
I think we need defensive help, but it needs to be a bigger upgrade than someone just marginally better than what we already have.
Here's the reason for firing Bergie. Why? Because Cole is playing in the AHL, should be in the NHL. All right. Always a reason.
At least he gave a reason.
Brian said he would give Sherratt Harris second round pick for Ekholm, but you can't because Sherratt's injured, so that's not happening.
And again, they're trading. I'm pretty sure. I don't know the reasons why Nashville. I never really read into it, but I'm assuming they're getting rid of him because they want to do a rebuild and they're trying to dump salary.
Mm-hmm.
If not, like, why wouldn't they be trying to trade Yossi or something, right? Like, they get more out of a Yossi trade, I think, than they would out of an Ekholm trade.
Yeah, they're trying to clear some room, but that's it. So, and Sherratt's injured, so not going to happen until he, and he won't be back. Apparently, earliest is now last week of April. He should be back. Let me take that out of there. Hang on.
I'm just reading Paul's.
Yeah, I was. That's where I was going.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. Like, that's the one thing a lot of fans don't seem to realize is that you have to give something up to get something. But I don't see Nashville taking an extra year of Byron when they could just keep Ekholm and right. Like,
besides, their ask is known that it's known that they want a first, a second, and a prospect. They're not looking to
if they're willing, I'd love for them to take Byron. Maybe you have to up it up to 2 firsts, and then I don't know if Ekholm's worth 2 firsts and a second and a prospect and Byron. I don't know if he's worth all that.
That's a lot. When Subban's contract is up and he asked if he could come back, would you want him back?
No.
And it's a question of you never go home. You can never go home.
It's never the same.
It's not going to be, It's nothing against Subban. It's really nothing against Subban, but no, those things don't usually work.
So, I don't think you can have Subban, Price, and Gallagher. And
I don't think they get along. I really don't. So I think just on that right there, Galley's going to say no, and it's not going to happen. So let's see. Whoop. It jumped. Whoop. Anyone can say what they want. Mark did a lot. He put the pieces in place. It's not a video game. That's right.
Exactly.
That's 100% right.
The only thing he hasn't done is find a top line center. I mean, he's hoping that one of these kids is going to develop into it, and he still has not found a defensive pair for Weber. No. That's the only knock I can say. Like, Sherratt's been okay there. Mete was eh. I was kind of hoping Romanoff. I think Romanoff will be with Weber next year.
Yeah, I kind of think. I mean, I hope, right? I hope he develops enough to do that. Besides, Weber might be declining more even than next year. So Sherratt is coming back sooner than expected, which we did say. By the way, he's been a beast. Don't need Ekholm. I think that's what's going to preclude a trade for defenseman is that Sherratt's going to be back in less than a month. So I don't think they're going to trade for anybody.
All I'm going to say is our defense isn't that good, and we've struggled with moving the puck, and we've said it a million times, right?
I get it.
And we've been looking for a defensive pair for the top pair on the left side for how many years now?
No, I get it, but then maybe if you're not getting Ekholm, then why are you making a move if it's going to be just
that's what I'm saying. Like Vince Dunn, maybe I don't. The only exposure I have to Vince Dunn was during their Stanley Cup run there a couple of years ago, and I watched him play then a little bit. But I mean, I can't say I'm an expert on his game. I don't really know a whole lot about him at all. I don't know what kind of game he plays.
Well, here we go. Here's Andrew says, "Believe me, we'd like Dunn. He's big, nasty, very confident with the puck, and smart. We have to not get guys that wouldn't allow us enough years in our corner. Dunn is a good fit."
But why is St. Louis giving up on him? Like, he just kind of broke into the league during the Cup run.
They had trouble negotiating with him last year.
Oh.
Last offseason. So I don't know any more than that. So I'm assuming that could be the reason why. So yeah, Dunn, I mean, could be the guy too.
Yeah, it could be. I just don't know if he's, like I said, I don't know his game. I don't know if he's a whole lot better than what we already have, that you want to give up assets to obtain him.
So Bob, that's the comment you were agreeing with, Bob? I've changed my opinion about MB. He has made some very astute acquisitions this year and certainly has raised the potential of the team. I do think he has to do more still, especially defensively.
I think that's the comment. There might have been one other one, but yeah, I do agree with that. I was never really down on Bergevin in any of his time here, really, because I felt like his first couple of years he was playing with the hand he was dealt, and then it wasn't really till the reset or whatever you want to call it that he's really got to put his real fingerprints on this team. Like before, I think he was just trying to bail water with the core guys and bringing guys like, you know what I mean? Like he was just trying to keep that playoff team alive for as long as it could. And then when they couldn't keep it alive anymore, he realized he's got to make some bigger moves, and that meant getting rid of Pacioretty and PK. And the only thing I'm not a big fan of what Bergevin has done is, I mean, right now the Bayern contract looks bad, but at the time it didn't. But now it does, and the Price contract is not ideal at all. But at the same time, what option did he have? He had to keep Carey Price in Montreal. Like if he had let Carey Price walk over $2 million, like I don't want to know. He would have lost his job. Yeah, especially if they didn't make the playoffs and Price went on to win a Stanley Cup or even dominate in another market. Like,
he had to do what he did. What do you think of this comment here? I heard that we are going to try to get Mark Stahl from Detroit for Paul Byron and a pick, and they retain some of Mark's salary. I don't know. Do you think Mark Stahl? I mean, it's because we got Eric Stahl, but you think that makes sense, or that's just one of those rumors that are out there because we just got Eric Stahl?
Maybe. I haven't seen Mark Stahl play in a while either, so I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, if they can get rid of Byron's contract, not that I don't like Paul Byron as a person and as a player, it's just
contract.
It's the contract. Like if his contract was up this year, fine, but he's got 2 more years to go, and they could really use that money. Where if it wasn't going to be a flat cap again next year, I'm pretty sure that's already been confirmed, hasn't it? That they're going to have a flat cap, or it's not going to go up a whole lot. That's the reason why I want to clear Byron out. They need the cap space, and like getting rid of Byron's the difference between maybe keeping Tatar, Deneau, or Lehkonen and Armia in the mix, right? Like we're going to lose some players next year. It's just who are we going to lose, and what's the dollar amount we're going to lose them at?
Yeah, no, that's true.
So
No, and we have to lose players. We have to because I mean, there's no choice.
Every $1 million or $500,000 that they can save on the cap right now makes a big difference.
And I think if that's something that will work out, sending Byron, if they hold some of Stahl's salary, it's about an even trade-off.
Maybe, I don't know.
So
I don't know what Mark Stahl's salary is.
I'm trying to remember. He makes somewhere. He makes more than Byron. I know he makes more, but if they hold some of it, it's about the same. So, yeah, that could. I mean, that could. I don't know enough about Mark Stahl now because I know he was good. I don't know if he still is. He's getting older, isn't he? Like 34. So, anyway, so it's a possibility, I guess. I just want to put this up for Heinz. Hey, Rick, just letting you know, the walk for autism still on, but for May 1st, it looks like I have to start from Ontario. Awesome. If you want to put your info in there in the chat, go ahead. Let's do that then.
Well, it sucks you can't hit the Maritimes, but I don't know.
Yeah, with everything going on, I guess.
It's
I think
getting maddening.
I think it's because of the. Well, maybe the curfew should be gone by then here in Quebec, but it could be because of that. Where am I? Here.
I like Andrew. Yeah.
Weber is the only regular on D that's played horrible this season. Sherratt has taken the flack for Weber. Ekholm is worth what they want. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, can they swing it? It doesn't mean that they're gonna, he can make it happen. Also,
I don't disagree with it. I don't think you're going to pay a premium price for a defenseman at the trade deadline. We all know that. So it's the name of the game, right? You got to pay to play.
And the more teams that are involved in wanting him, the higher the price.
Yeah.
Let me see. What team would take on Nashville's demands, though? Nashville ask is too much. First, second, and prospect, and the added salary. They won't move him with those asks, period. The funny thing about that is that apparently the original ask was a first and a prospect, or a first and a second, and they added the prospect after nobody took it on the first and second. So yeah, it's kind of like I don't get it either. So,
well, from what I understand is Ekholm's contract's a pretty team friendly contract. Like he's making what we're paying Sherratt, and everything says that he's a better defenseman than.
Yeah.
But the one thing I always say about the guys in Nashville, and it's kind of the same thing with the guys in Columbus, is it the individual player that good, or is it good because of the guys that he's paired with? Because both those teams have really good defensemen on their teams. So is Ekholm really good because he's playing with, I don't know who his defensive partner is, right? Like that plays into it too. Like he may come here and get a lesser talent on the other side of him and not be effective.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's coming here. He'll probably play with Weber. I think that's pretty much given. No? I think
I would assume that's who he's going to play with, but Weber's not having a very good year, so.
No, I get that, but I mean, I still think that's where he'll go. I really do.
Like, I don't know if Ekholm plays with Yossi or if he plays with.
There we go. 5.7.
Ellis.
5. I think, did I read Ellis? I think
it's
Ellis.
That's way too much money for Stahl. We can't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if they hold some, it's an even trade-off for Byron. I think he's a UFA at the end of the year. So, no?
I'm hard no on that.
I think so, but he is, though. Let's see now. Have I? Oh, Jeff, you can answer this. Have you been in the dressing room? You can tell a lot by watching the games and how people carry themselves. You've been in the dressing room, but not during a game.
No,
Did
I've
you
been
go
in
to
the. I was in the dressing room, but there was no
on a
players there.
Yeah, you were. You took a tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We're at we're gonna go soon, I think, because
Maybe Ray's being a little derogatory, saying like you guys don't know what you're talking about because you're not in the dressing room. That might be what he means too.
no, I don't think that's what he means. We're gonna take a few more, and then we are gonna go soon because I haven't had supper yet, and my stomach is telling me that I gotta eat something. So, what we got down here? What's this? Caufield for the power play alone is worth the roster spot. Where he plays otherwise is irrelevant. Not really. You can't waste you can't waste a guy in the lineup that's really only going to play on, I don't know, on the power play. I don't think so. I really do. He's got to be able to play some 5-on-5. He has to.
Yeah, I totally disagree with that. Unless he the only way I would agree with that is if he comes in, he plays on the power play, and he scores a goal like 50% of the time.
Which is like, come on, it's probably not gonna happen, right? So, what is this? I trade Byron for Domi if they retain Domi to Byron's contract. Is Domi still on the block? I wonder. I don't know how he's doing there now. If it got any better or not.
I don't think it's gotten much better.
Oh, Pierre Maguire from TSN saying Habs are close to a trade. Happen very soon. Didn't he say that?
He said that yesterday, or when we got Stahl.
Right, that's from when we got Stahl.
Let's hit Twitter.
Well, I saw that exactly yesterday before the Stahl trade.
I mean, they'd be smart to do as many trades as they can now while they're not playing, right?
Say that again. Sorry, I was looking at a comment.
I said they'd be smart to try and get as many trades done as they can right now.
Yeah, before everybody else starts making trades, right?
Well, because they're on a break, right?
Oh yeah, this is the quarantine. Well, it's only a few more days left, but yeah, they'll lessen the actual quarantine time when you look at it that way, right? All right. Well, what you're looking up? What?
I'm just looking to see what Pierre LeBrun's Twitter says.
Okay, while he's doing that, I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that's going to get you notified when we're doing shows like this. Tonight, it's a Saturday night Hockey Talk Livecast this time because there's no game tonight. So usually during the season, Saturday, they play pretty much every Saturday. But in the off season, this will be the Saturday show will be back on regularly. And so please, if you can, and give thumbs up if you haven't yet. And it's great. We still have 46 people in the room on a Saturday night Hockey Talk. Wow, that's more than we've gotten. It's been a while since we did a Saturday night Hockey Talk, but I say we. It's the first time I'm doing this not by myself. So,
I don't see anything on LeBron's.
I think it would be hilarious if Rick's doorbell rang right now with some delicious food delivery. Oh man, wouldn't that be great? The door won't ring though. My phone will ring if it's the doorbell. But yeah, that's not happening. I wish. I gotta go cook something. Yeah, Columbus wants Domi gone. They still do, eh?
I think so, yeah.
Oh well. Shamir ordered pizza for Rick. You're done. And Shamir, now listen, Shamir actually could. I don't think he did it. If he did, great. He has my address, so he could do that. Speaking of that, did you get your package yet? No.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked the mail this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might have your package there. Shamir got his the next day. I sent it out. He had it the next morning.
Oh, really?
It was awesome. Like, how? I don't know, but that was fast. And I don't know if Don Daru's in the room. I don't think he's in the room, but your hat's on the way as well. So he probably has that by now, too.
Where is Hall going?
Bob is dialing 967-1111 for delivery for Rick. Yeah, guys. No, I'm going to make some food. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Just got to go do that soon. So, yeah, I guess we're winding down here. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to call it a night. We're over the hour and a half. First of all, I want to thank Jeff for joining me on Saturday Night Hockey Talk. Let him know in the chat. Did you enjoy it? Was it a lot better having the two of us play off each other? For me, it was a lot better. So thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate you were here tonight. And hopefully you'll be here more often when I do Saturday Night Hockey Talk. That would be awesome. So listen, the next game is apparently Tuesday. I'm going to be doing this again on Tuesday for the game. So I'm going to do my live stream like this. I'm hopefully going to have it together enough that I can say anybody that wants to be on for a few minutes, send me an email. I'll send you a link. And you got to have a microphone, obviously a camera, and a headset if you want to be on. That's going to start happening as I get used to this service or this way of doing it more. So hopefully Tuesday I'll be able to do that at least once or twice. So, yeah. So thanks everybody for being here. Jeff, you want to say bye?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I don't have as much energy tonight as I did last night.
Yeah, we were at. Hey, listen, we were actually fun last night. Last night was fun. Before we go, Habs Guru, some Habs Guru hype in the room. Some Dono hype. Thank you, Habs Guru. I appreciate that. He said night, Rick. And what about Jeff? Jeff doesn't get a good night.
I don't deserve one.
What did you do to Habs Guru, man? What did you do?
I don't know. I'm sad now.
No.
Shamir's saying, I was going to bring that up. The app only works on Chrome and Firefox too.
Oh, good point. I meant to say that. And so if you do want to be on, you have to be using Firefox or Chrome or it won't work for you. It only works on those two browsers. So very important point. I will remember to Jeff was thinking of Price's Erections.
No, I wasn't. You guys were.
That's what Shamir says. So, I'll remember to remind anybody on the live stream that that's the case. And live streams are pretty much going to go like this. I'm going to have different people on as well, not just Jeff. Like we had Harry Rice last night. Shamir was on with us last night as well. And other people, I'm hoping to get Scotian Canadian on here one night for a game as well. And so it's kind of a game changer. Things are going to be a little different on how I do these things. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And that's what's important. So that's it. We're going to call it here tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate everybody that was here. Thanks, everybody who gave a donation. That was well appreciated. Thank you, guys. Don't forget you're going to be in the draw for that shirt. And I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Last time I'm going to say that. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And we're going to see you next time right here at Talkin' Habs. Bye, everybody.
See ya.